Greetings, fellow travelers and viewers. Welcome to Timeless Tarot. Today we will be doing an intro because this is a special reading, one of fire. We will be doing a fire-themed reading for each of the three piles. Whether you have a blinding rage, or you are in the arms of romance, or perhaps it's the soldering embers of dreams dashed by disillusionment. We will explore any of the potential possibilities of that fiery theme. This is that Leo energy, that Sagittarius, that Aries quality, the willingness to spark up, to flare up, to jump up when time needs it, to bring about that heat, that warmth, that glow, the light that springs forth from it. In this case, we will be doing three readings. We've already chosen the cards, and we have three crystals to go along with it. We'll jump through each crystal, and we'll give you a moment to choose. But do it based on your passion. Do it based on your gut instinct. Don't dwell too long, because this is fire we're talking about. Okay, so for reading number one, we have the Strength card. We have the Strength card with the Amber crystal. You can see the Strength and the Amber crystal. For reading number two, we have the Queen of Wands and the Dark Garnet. It is red in certain light, but for now, it's just dark. And for reading number three, we have the King of Wands and the Aragonite crystal. So, I'll give you a moment now to choose based on how you intuitively connect with the cards or the crystals. Feel free to watch one or all of the readings because the choice to explore is always up to you. And remember that these are broad readings, so if you feel a strong connection to any idea or theme during the reading, bring it along with you on your journey, and if not, let it burn on by. Okay, well, let's begin now with reading number one. Greetings, number one. Welcome to your reading. You chose the Strength card and the Amber crystal. It's a very beautiful amber crystal, and it's glowing in this red light, but you can see it's orange. There you go. And this is your card. We'll get it in the light here so you can see it a little bit better. It's an animated card. The tail swishing. Tapping into that inner strength, that fiery passion. Let's go. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing all right. Ooh, we just got a text message, and let me turn that off. So what element of fire are you tapping into right now? What element of fire is coming out in your future? Where are we going with this burning element to our lives? Ooh, we got two here. All right, we got a little extra cards here for you guys. Interesting. So in the past, you were feeling, well, there was a shock to the path that you thought was going to work out. There was we have the Nine of Pentacles, so growth and seeing progress, but then suddenly there's a shock. So you were shocked to the progress that you thought you were making. Interesting. In the mind, we have the Knight of Cups. So you're kind of willing to laugh at it. There is a communication with someone who could really laugh with you about this, what could be misfortune. Misfortune might be a strong word, but we're dealing with fire here, so maybe that's not what it was, but that's certainly what it felt like back then. And you were committed to this. You had been committed for a long time to this project, and you were letting it go. A project or a loved one, like a relationship or some kind of career path, whatever it was, you've been putting a lot of work into it, and you were committed, but there was a shock to the system, a shock to the progress. Almost to the point where you just had to laugh. Just had to laugh. Wow. I guess that's what's happening, huh? Look at this shocking card. We got this shock here. Okay, we have the Tower with the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is seeing progress, but the Tower is a huge shock. Then we have Six of Swords, which is one of commitment, one of going across that river, but knowing that your pathway across, it's probably best to continue on. But now, this shock might be changing your mind. You're laughing right now, but that could be laughing to hide the tears. So what else happens? Where did that go from here? From there, where did we go? How did it get closer to the now, to the present? Ooh, we got some cards coming out. All right. We got one here. Okay. Well, nothing's popping out, so we'll draw. Nothing's bursting forth in the flames. That's okay. This shock it led to. Well, you were patient about it. You're a patient person. You're one. You're a better person than me right now. That's for sure. I'm enraged in this fire, and you here are calm. Interesting. Okay. So we have this interesting meditative, peaceful, resting moment. The fours are resting. They're taking a break, but you are meditative and you're positive that some good is going to come in to your life. Whatever it was that was shocking and disappointing, you feel in your heart that good is coming because we have the Four of Cups flying in the side. The belief that that's going to happen. And the top of you are willing to just say, hey, I'm willing to go on a new journey then. You know what? You are very mature with this response, at least emotionally and mentally. You are very, very mature about the response of this shock. This had commitment that you had made that no longer was moving towards your goals. If something broke down here, you're willing to just say, hey, let bygones be bygones. Let's move on forward. You're like a flame moving on to the next branch in a pile, like a campfire. You're like, well, this log is burned up. It's time for a new one. Okay, we're going to keep burning. Because you had many choices. So that was what was giving you such a strong positive element here, was many more choices were coming your way. You know, you had options, and that was good. You know, hey, maybe this relationship didn't work out. That's okay. Someone else was flirting with me. Maybe this job didn't work out. That's okay. I know I have the skill sets where I can apply and get a job like that. So that's the kind of element here we have here. You felt confident that you had more options. You felt very confident and you were assured of yourself, and you were willing to go on a new adventure, a new journey. Very good of you. Group number one. You chose the strength card for a reason, right? That internal strength. Okay, there we go. That's what we're talking about here, bursting forth. But now we have something going on here. We have the Three of Swords, and we have the Ten of Wands. Okay, what's going on? What's going on here? When will it end with heartbreak? So maybe things didn't turn out quite as we had hoped here. Maybe things had been, while you were very patient and you did a good job, you were acting and responding in a way that really would be appropriate. It just didn't work out, and things are just still not working out for you. Something's just not happening. We're looking for something, but it's just not happening yet. What's going on here? We'll draw two for the feeling again. So many flew out just there. Okay. Oh, King of Wands. You might want to see reading number 3. We have King of Wands of the mind. You have this, you know what? We're going to deal with what we have. You know, you are a strong person, reading number 1. Wow. You have a strong mind. You're willing to take the hits and keep on going. Look at you. That's a fiery, passionate person if I've ever seen one. You got that Aries, strong-headed energy there. There we go. You have that long perspective. You're pulling back the bow of Sagittarius, the strength of Leo. Look at that. You're proud of yourself despite all the bumps that hit you along the way, and you should be. Group number 1, good for you. Look at this mental energy we have here. You are tired. You're slogging it out here. You're working hard. You're working through heartbreak, but you're still going. Happily. Look at this. Not happily, but very confidently. You know that even if you have just 1 penny to your name, you'll make it work for you. You'll find that pen. You'll buy a pen from someone. You'll trade it for a pencil. You'll trade that for, $1, and then you'll start buying things to get yourself back on your feet. You know how to get back on your feet in tough times. Group number 1. In your heart, you're nurturing your resources. You're nurturing your internal resources, because we have the Queen of Pentacles, and we have the Eight of Wands, so you're doing it quickly. You are someone who you're scrappy. Group number 1, you're scrappy. Fascinating. You're still chugging along. You're still grinding it out. Look at you with the 9 of Wands. So many wands here. So much work is being put into this situation. 8 of Wands, 9 of Wands, King of Wands. Look at you. We still have this heartbreak here underneath. There's a moment to heal. But right now, we got to heal through passion, heal through focused grit, working towards the best options we can get. What options do we have? Well, we're going to work hard on them. We're going to keep going with them. That's the spirit. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay, let's keep going. Man, I'm basking in the glow of your strength here, group number 1. You certainly are quite a fiery person. All right. Nothing here. Okay, there we go. Not quite as bursting forth just now. We actually are getting some cards here. Okay. We're drawing cards, I mean. Man, we're just still doing the work here. We're putting in more work. We're perfecting something about our responses to life circumstances. We're perfecting our emotional regulation. So, could be meditation, could be actually just bursting out and going out for a drive, doing something, going forward, exercising really hard, burning through those emotions, burning through them. We're doing it through real meticulous, no last stone unturned, every log's going into this fire. We're burning through the passion. We're burning through the disappointments. We're burning through it all because we're going to keep on going. We're keeping on going, okay? In your mind, racing thoughts, lots of racing thoughts. Really, there's a sense of questioning in the future, this sense of questioning. Maybe perhaps you're doubting a certain path. That could be important. If we're going to move in one direction and we're starting to doubt it, there's a reason for that doubt. So we should tap into that, be in tune with it, allow it to live within us, and then ask why we have that doubt. Why do we have these racing thoughts about a situation? Where is the answer here? There is an answer. There always is an answer. Okay. Even if it is just to sit and wait. To simmer. Okay. And you are a knight in the future. Beautiful. You have that passion, that drive. You have the idea. You're going to keep going with it. You're going to keep on driving forward with it. Look at you, groom number 1. You never give up. You never give up. You're a blazing glory. You keep going. You're that steed that just keeps running. You don't let obstacles get in your way. You jump over them. You find solutions. Here we have the Knight of Swords. So we have a strong idea that we've tried out and it's worked for us. So we're going to go faster with it. We're going to move faster with it. Okay? In the future, this new we tried it. We're already past the Page of Swords. And now we're trying to move forward quickly with an idea to grow it fast, to grow it strong. Okay. There we go. And we have a little extra one here. We'll reveal that at the end. Okay. So, how are you feeling in the future? How are you feeling in the future? Disappointment. We're getting bumped and bruised here, but that's okay. Because remember, this is not a really bad card. There's a very strong silver lining with the Five of Cups. We have the Five of Cups in the heart. There's a sense of disappointment. We're not quite reaching the goals we're hoping for, but there's a silver lining here. Remember, the Two of Cups have not spilled. 2 cups have not spilled. And the real dream's still alive. It's in the distance, and it's still there. We can cross the river and make it to that dream, the castle in the distance. We just have to take our moment, lament the spilled cups, but then get up and turn around, because that's where the 2 cups are, and that's where the real dream is. The real dream is around the corner. We're not there yet. All right, in the mind, we have more wands, 3 of wands, letting something go. We're letting something go, finally. This driving passion of yours, you need to let one of these things go so that we can move forward in the right direction. Something is weighing down the ship, and we have to throw it overboard. Okay? This is something that, doesn't need to stay with us. We can allow it to burn up, and we can walk lighter. And that's in the mind. You're letting go of an idea. You've been driving forward with another idea here, or perhaps it's this one, it's a diagonal up. Perhaps you're letting go of this idea that you were driving forward with. But let's take a look at the last card. What are you doing here? Okay, teamwork. We need to find a team. We have the Three of Pentacles, interestingly enough. So the Three of Pentacles, it takes a village to build the cathedral. You need expertise in many different directions. We have an architect, we have a builder, we have a financier. There's multiple people needed to create the large-scale projects that we dream of. So this is a reminder, if you're kind of working alone right now, maybe reach out to people who you might want to try to work with, or try to find a job where you really are adding to the team. Your expertise or your specialty is one of real value to what you're doing, to where you're working towards. So what was this last card that kind of got drawn and we didn't see it until now? Let's see. I forgot about it for a second, but we still have this card. So what fiery, passionate thing is happening here? This feels very project-oriented, or it could be romance, but what it is one of working towards yourself, working on yourself as you deal with the ins and outs, the ebbs and flows, or the sparks and crackles of the life or the project or the challenges that you face. Okay, this card. We have, whoa, there we go. We have the sun. Beautiful. We have the sun card. So there's, talk about fire and flames. We have real warmth, real fire, that blazing ball in the sky, that a fantastic source of warmth and energy that we all need. The sun is the heart of all of us. We need the sun in order to live. And that is a reminder that that internal light, that internal strength, that fiery passion is within you, and you have it. You can tap into it whenever you want. You've been going through this time and time again, but finally we're going to find a tribe here, a tribe where we are really tapping into this source of solar energy, this source of sun, of brightness, of blaze, of warmth. Beautiful. Group number 1. This has been your reading. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to the channel and consider watching more of these videos or the next reading, because sometimes the spark, the crackle, the blaze can burn in different places of one's life. That fire can burn in different places. So the story of this reading can apply to maybe your love life or a project that you're working on, and perhaps the other readings will apply to something different. Remember, the choice to explore is always up to you. Okay, take care. Greetings, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. You chose the Queen of Wands and the Dark Garnet. Here we go. You might be able to see a little bit of red in the corners. Okay. So, it is just garnet, but it's dark in this in this video. So we're going to go with that. It's dark garnet. Okay. Read number 2. What's going on with you? What kind of fiery story do we have for you today? Okay, so in the mind, we had, in the past, we had a driving force. You were really moving forward with an idea that you felt was well balanced, that you could move forward quickly with. It was a symbolic idea that you wanted to work on. This could be a love interest, I want to say, for some reason, or it could be a side hustle, side project. Okay. In the heart, you felt renewed. It was a new beginning for you. In the heart, this was in the past. A feeling that anything could happen. We have the Fool and the Chariot right now. The Chariot in the mind and the Fool in the heart. Don't we want to be like that all the time? I know I do. The feeling that constant state of renewal, constantly there's a chance that you can start afresh. There's always something new to explore, always something new to check out for you in your heart. That's how it felt back then. What were you doing? You were moving. Look at all this movement here. Wow. Okay, we have the 8 of Wands with the Chariot and the Fool. I mean, you were either traveling or moving, that's for sure. In the past, this was a travel situation. For sure. Wow, okay. So, I mean, that's clear as day. You know, in your mind, you were thinking about where to go next, what to do, where to move. A lot to do with cars, trains, planes, trains, automobiles, you know, all that stuff. All right, planes, trains, and automobiles. You were traveling in all sorts of ways, and you're moving large distances, maybe, even. Or at least you were moving a lot. You were moving around a lot. Okay, as I pick up this deck, this card did not want to go with us, and that was resting. Okay, you weren't resting, that's for sure. You're moving forward, driving forward. Okay. Oh, we got 2 here, so we'll leave it there. In the heart, you move from the Fool to kind of clinging, 4 of Pentacles, kind of clinging on to something. I get the sense that maybe you were holding on to a love interest of some form, like of some form, a love interest. You were holding on in some form of the relationship. You were holding on. Yeah, so much had happened. You had traveled. You'd gone around the world, group number 2. I don't know where you went. It could have been in the mind. You could have maybe, I mean, if you're not traveling, I don't know. I don't know. If you weren't traveling in the past, what could have it else been? I don't know. Maybe you were learning quite a bit, or maybe you were traveling a lot in short distances. You were always on the move. But whatever it was, quite a lot went through your mind. Quite a lot was experienced, and quite a lot was learned. But now we have 2 of Pentacles and the 8 of Swords. So there was a choice that locked you in. You weren't sure about a choice to make. You were clinging to something, but you wanted to move on to. There is a sense that there was a choice to be made, and you just didn't know it, and you felt trapped in it. You felt trapped. You couldn't make a choice. You couldn't decide. Why not? Why not, group number 2? What was that choice you had to make? Let us know in the comments, because it paralyzed you. You felt trapped in it. You weren't trapped. Remember, there's no such thing as being trapped with the 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords is one of feeling trapped and having to choose to pass out of the situation. You moved so quickly in the past. What is going on here? Why do we have this choice now? Is it a choice to continue to explore, to continue to travel, to continue to move fast? Is there a settling down option here? Perhaps you're in your heart, you're holding on to something. Are you holding on to the ability? Is it hard to settle? It's hard to commit here. It's tough to commit to this situation. From travel to not being able to commit. Okay, what do we got here? Couldn't make a choice. What was this choice you had to make, group number 1? 2, sorry. I said number 1. We have the Knight of Wands. We have some fire here. We got some passion here. We have holding our ground with an action. We're going to continue to take this action in your heart. You're feeling it. You want to move forward with an action that continuously continue driving forward with it. You want to keep on going. This is exercise. This is working hard on a side project. This is traveling. This is traveling. You want to move. There's a lot of movement here. And in the mind, we have Queen of Swords. So we got some decision making now. You had this 2 of Pentacles decision to make, and now we're moving towards making a decision right now. We're going to be making a decision with passionate assuredness, flaming. We're lighting this torch here. We have 2 torches here. We're lighting one. Okay, we're lighting one. We decided. We're making it on an intuitive basis. It's in the mind, so this would be more of a rational basis, more of a reasoning type of decision. But because we have the Queen of Swords, someone who is master of intuitive decision making, we're going to be going in with intuition. Looks like movement here, a lot of more movement. We have the Page of Swords. So you have an idea that you're running forward with. There's an idea that's allowing you to make this decision. This new idea that you have is one that you feel really will work, so you're going to drive forward with it. You're going to keep going with it. This idea. I don't know what's going on with this diagonal up. We have the Fool to the Queen. Fool to the Queen. I don't know. That seems strong. There's a strong Fool choice to the Queen, making that decision, making a strong choice, making a very powerful decision. And then diagonal down to a Knight, to an action, taking action within the heart. It's in the heart. This is an emotional decision. This is emotional action, a choice or a decision or an action based on emotion. You're driving forward with how you feel, where you're coming from with this fast-paced movement, we're coming from such a fast, lot of travel, lot of movement, lot of action to a decision, a really pivotal moment here. This is an important moment for you, group number 2. What choice have you made recently or you're about to make? Maybe you've made it in your heart and you're about to run forward with it. You're about to bring that news to other people. Well, look at that. All right. We have the King of Swords, Queen of Swords, or Queen of Wands, King of Wands, King of Wands. A little bit of entrepreneurial spirit, a little bit of, I'm going to be able to get this done no matter what happens. That's in the heart. So you feel confident that no matter what is thrown your way, you're going to be able to handle it. And this is in the future. But what's making you feel that way? What's consciously, okay, so we have some heartbreak here. And the Queen of Pentacles. I'm going to draw 3 more for this. There needs to be more clarity. Okay, so we have nurturing your resources, okay, with the ability that you can handle whatever comes your way. But in your mind, you're focused on healing something, some kind of heartbreak in the past. Some kind of heartbreak in the past, maybe it just happened back here. It's already happened. But now you're focused on it. You're actually consciously aware of it, and you're consciously working on it. But that doesn't feel like the right thing here. Okay, we're still dealing with that. But let's shuffle a little more, because a lot of cards are coming from the last reading, and I feel like I didn't shuffle as passionately during this reading as I should have. So let's keep going, because there needs to be more here. Come on. Card's got to come out now. Okay. 2. What's really going on here? You're tired of dealing with a heartbreak. You want renewal. You still have a choice to make. This choice is still there. New choice, harder one. This might be a choice you've already made, and it's led to a new choice. Perhaps the choice re-emerged. Like the ember was still there, and it lit something else on fire, and now you have to deal with it again. The question's still there. I heard once, answers change, questions remain. So, in the future, the best thing to do is to have the best questions, because the answers might change, but the questions will still be there. Okay. More sleepless night kind of, can't decide on the situation. Interesting. We're piling on here. A lot going on here. Something's happening here. Something's happening soon. You're going to feel confident about it, though, and you're healing yourself consciously. The actions to take are the ones that are confusing, are tough to decide on. You're going to be there's a lot of details you have to sort out. I picture maybe even you're kind of ignoring this choice you had to make. Like you made it once, but you didn't make it strong enough. There wasn't a decisive enough decision, and now it's coming back, and you have to handle it again. It's almost like there was a breakup that was kind of a half breakup, and now like you're coming back, and they're coming back, and they really want to reignite that flame, and you're going, I like you a lot in many ways, but there's this problem here. There's something stopping you. And like the other choice to be made is still there. There's more here. There's more going on. Could be, what is it? It's like there wasn't a solid break. There wasn't a solid decision made. And now we have the swords as the choice that has to be made. We started with pentacles. It was an easier choice back then. Now it's, because it wasn't made so decisively, we have a harder time to work with. We have more to work with here. We have more to have to deal with. Okay, 3 more cards. What happens in the future? What goes on in the future? You're feeling confident, though. And you're feeling strong. We have the Strength card. Look at that. What was a strong position you have in your heart? Whatever's happening, you have a strong position in your heart. You can feel assured of yourself here. Renewal or complete rebirth, because we have death in the mind. There's a whole new mindset coming in. A whole new mindset for what's going on. These are some big cards coming in the future. Group number 2. Really big cards. And finally, we have Six of Pentacles as the action. Okay. So, you got the Six of Pentacles. We're dealing with balance here. Making sure that you're giving what's needed to the people that need it. You're balancing what it is that you're giving. It could be you're bestowing wisdom, you're bestowing advice. It could be you're actually giving actual material help for others. But whatever it is, you're based on a new mindset, a whole new worldview. And you're strong, you're feeling strong about this worldview. You're able to provide to people something very important. It could be advice, could be just that kind of passionate friend who's willing to go to ride or die. Whatever it is, you're really there for other people here. You're really providing something to other people. And it's important. We have Queen of Wands. So really like that kind of spurring people on. You're able to nurture action within others with the Queen of Wands. We're going to draw one more card. Can you ignite the passion in others is really the question. Who can really work with you in a way that you feel consumed by that relationship and it bursts forth with a lot of potential. Finding that, sparking that in others is something that's important for you. Committing. You want to commit. This is a story of commitment. Group number 2. You have two choices, and to make one or the other is going to require some form of sacrifice. But you have to commit to one or another. It's the choice that needs to be made here that is going to be so important. And there's going to be a lot happening here. But whatever it is, it's going to be one of soothing, of healing. You're making the right choice here. And you're going to feel confident in it because we have the King of Wands. King of Wands coming out in this reading and in the last reading. So we have some fiery, passionate, charismatic leadership here. And it's in the heart. That lion energy in the heart. And look, it leads to more lions here. So you might be dealing with a Leo, or you might be one. Leo rising, perhaps. Okay, that's a lot of going on here. But it feels like there's just, something's missing from this reading. Something's missing. We need something else. We're going to draw a couple clarity cards from another deck. This golden deck. Get some gold into this fire, right? Some gold color. We have Leo, gold, some warmth. Past, present, future. In the past, choices. This is where the Two of Pentacles was, right? Oh, there we go. Well, that certainly confirms it. There was a choice in the past that needed to be made. In the present moment, we have the King of Pentacles. So interesting. So this is more of a grounded decision making. We do need to base it on an intuition. You made your intuitive choice, but we need to take account of the resources we have if we can actually make that choice. Can we make that choice with the resources we have? And in the future, we have the Four of Cups. So you might feel like things aren't where you want them to be. You're resting. This is a more traditional Four of Cups. Things aren't exactly what you want. You don't have everything you need. But don't worry, that cup, that fourth cup is coming in the future. What you need is coming. Okay. Group number 2, this has been your reading. If you enjoyed it, please consider sticking around to see reading number 3. And leave us a comment if any of this resonated with you. Okay. Take care. Okay, group number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the King of Wands and the Aragonite crystal, or Aragonite crystal. You can see the animation here. And here's a close-up of the crystal. It's pretty cool. Okay, let's get into your fiery reading. The first reading was rather passionate, rather ablaze. But I've kind of cooled off a little bit since then. So we're more into the embers of a campfire phase, right? when you're like sitting by a campfire and it's kind of died down a little bit, it's getting a little chilly, but those embers are still providing warmth. That's where we're at now. Okay, so let's begin. In the past, we had the devil card in the heart. So there was some habit, there was some kind of distraction from your higher self that was really holding you back. Something in your past was, perhaps it was your procrastinating, it could be any sort of bad habit that isn't really aligned with health, isn't aligned with happiness, your higher self. It might be one of those times where you were just kind of going off and doing things that you shouldn't have been doing. In your heart, you were being distracted. But in the mind, you wanted something else. You wanted growth, because we have the 9 of Pentacles. So a sense of growing, of seeing progress, was what really was on your mind. So you might have been working, but then after work, you might not have been living up to your ideal. Something like that. There's 2 sides to this. You were working, you were doing things, but you were distracted. There was something distracting. It is a procrastination card here. It could be you're watching, too much Netflix, or you weren't going out with friends. You were just, those memes where they always say, me when I'm supposed to go out and it's like you in like a Snuggie or like in a blanket. Like that's kind of could be the feeling here. The sense of that you didn't take those times with people because you just didn't feel like it. You didn't want to go out. But maybe, hey, we have a little bit of action here. We do have movement. You were surveying, you wanted to take action. There was an action you wanted to take because we have the Page of Wands, a fire card here. There we go. We got the King of Wands and the Page of Wands right here. So there's an action you want to take. Your mind is on progress, but in your heart, you're distracted. There's something holding you. There's something you want. Something you want that is not aligned. That isn't aligned. What is that? What is that missing thing, or that thing that's out of alignment? What is that? It could be a fiery passion for something you shouldn't have. Maybe it's a person that you were thinking about that's distracting you from, and it's bringing you down in some ways. This was in the past. Well, we move on. We move to more nurturing times. This could have been a bad relationship. Someone that really you had a passion for, but wasn't best for you. Because now we're in an emotional nurturing stage here. We've moved to emotional nurturing. We have the Queen of Cups. So there's a little bit of water doused on these flames of the Devil card here. We have a more mature, nurturing element here, a more intuitive grasp on oneself. In the mind, we're meticulously refining what it is we need to do. We're refining our plans. We're really, this card up here is planning. You were planning something different, planning something new, and you were refining the plans. This is one of those times where if you're going for traveling, you have everything listed out. If you have a job that you want to apply to, you have every job or you have every company you want to apply to listed in some kind of Excel sheet. This is a very meticulous, very planned out, thorough planning here. We're planning something big. In your heart, you're actually really renewing yourself because we have the cups here. But you are moving forward now. Okay, look at this. We go from the page. Look at this. Wands energy. Wands elevating. We're elevating. We're evolving our wands energy. We're taking actions that are new to us. And now we're taking actions, we were taking actions that are more known to us, that we have tried out, but we're moving forward and we're steadfast. We're kind of standing our ground when it comes to what we want to do. We want to take action in a certain direction, and we're going to do it with passion. With passion and a spark of creativity. Because the wands are always a little creative. They kind of think of ways to do things a little differently. They think of what they have as the resources that can really get them to where they're going. So they think outside of the box. And in this case, we're thinking about planning and, what's the right word here? Nurturing ourselves now and planning very meticulously some kind of, I don't want to say great escape. I don't know why that popped in my head. Some kind of great escape. Or maybe just a great adventure. What's the sitting by the campfire feeling? I feel like we need a little bit more of that. Where's that coziness? Where's that feeling? I mean, I guess we have that a little bit with the Queen of Cups here. There's a little bit of coziness, a little bit of snuggling up with someone here. A little bit of, hey, there's a chance here with somebody, or there's a chance of a new connection here, perhaps. Whatever it is, though, there's a lot of planning involved. Okay, we have some unknowns here. We have the High Priestess now. You are the High Priestess. I don't know why I wanted to flip that now. It seemed like, normally I draw all three. But maybe this has something to do with what's going on here. The High Priestess is she holds mystery. She holds secrets. There's a secret going on with you. You might feel like maybe you're not true. No, you're true to yourself. But there's no one person who you can be fully true with right now. It feels like you can't fully open up to any one specific person. You might be able to give a little window of yourself to one person and a little window of yourself to another. But there's no one who you can really sit down with and just be like full throttled. This is all of me. This is all of me. The big fire, the big raging fire, that's not there. These are the embers. If you look at the embers from one side of a campfire, there's still the large logs blocking the other side. So you have to go to the other side to see those embers. When one thing is revealed, something else is hidden. That's what's happening here with the High Priestess. Interesting. So perhaps this was something that you revealed to some people, but not to others. Okay. In the heart, you're feeling wise but alone. You're feeling alone in this situation. If you can't find that one person who really you can just be your full self with, it's kind of hard to feel like you're connected to anybody sometimes. And that's okay. This is a moment of reflection. This is a chance to reflect and find wisdom, to find more about yourself alone, on your own, because that's going to allow you to be your true self in the future. You should be proud of yourself. Look at this. In the mind, we have accomplishments. There were past accomplishments, many past accomplishments. We have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups overlooking, what happened in the past. Is meticulous planning. You might have broken free of a bad habit. And you should be proud of that because we have the diagonal up. Look at this. We have the Devil card into the Knight of Wands into the Nine of Cups. So that's kind of a very great elevation here. The downward movement trajectory. We have looking for a path forward where there's results leading to action of the Knight of Wands, leading to a sense of wisdom within. Perhaps feeling a little alone. Maybe this is a project or this is some dream or some journey you wanted to go on with somebody. We have the Page of Wands here. There was a journey you want to go on, and maybe you're just not going on with the person you had in mind at first. So now we have something new to look forward to. Someone new, maybe. I feel like let's get it a little bit warmer here. Let's stir those embers. Let's get a little bit of the flame coming back. Let's throw a couple sticks in. Come on. Let's go. All right, nothing's falling out. Huh. The fire keeps dying, huh? Let's see. There we go. Okay, I went a little bit too far with that. But here we have one sticking out and one that fell and landed on the table. Okay. Defending yourself, defending your resources. We have the Knight of Pentacles. A lot of cards flew off over the table. We're not going to see them. They are not part of this reading. Okay. In the mind, we have resting. You need to rest. We have the Four of Swords. There was something that took a lot of energy out. And now it's time. It's a reminder that we do need time to rest. All right. And we have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords in this position is you're making choices based on intuition. And they're good choices. They're very good choices. Because the Queen of Swords makes her choices based on the gut instincts, but she knows, she's confident they're the right ones. Because she's been around, she's seen situations, and she knows that whatever that was, that intuitive guidance that she has in her is matured and has learned and is powerful, is very worthy of listening to. You are taking action to defend your resources right now. In the future. You're at least in this column. This would be coming up soon. This defensive structure, this defensive stance, you're moving forward, but you really are protecting your time, you're protecting your energy. And you're taking a break. Taking a break mentally. What's going on that, maybe it's holding on to so many aspects of yourself that you're not able to reveal to someone else might be kind of tiring you out. And you're just getting tired of that. You've nurtured yourself, you know who you are. But where's that person who can accept you fully, who can take you in? Where's that person? Group number 3, let us know. Are you looking for that person? Are you looking for that person to understand you fully, who can just naturally see you and get you? That's the kind of energy we're looking for in this reading. Sitting by a campfire. I keep saying. Okay. We need to heal something. We have the 3 of Swords in the future. This is an opportunity for healing. Oh man. And we have the 5 of Pentacles and the 4 of Cups. Okay. So this is just a story right now here of when things aren't working out, it's best to practice gratitude. It's best to focus on what we do have, understand that things will come in divine timing, and we can't expect things to come right around the corner. That person you're looking for might not show up tomorrow, but they're out there. Or that project that you were hoping to work on, that you were hoping to get, that partnership of whatever it was, that revealing of yourself to your full potential. It's going to happen, but it doesn't happen in timings that you expect. We don't always know what's going to happen in the future. And this is one of those times where we need to actually think about our opportunities for healing, opportunities for growth. Where can we create a more strong foundation? These embers are cooling off at this campfire. Can we take one ember and keep it alive and move it to the next one? That's the kind of energy we have here. We're going to draw 3 more. Okay. Standing your ground. Transformation. And fortune are coming eventually. It just isn't going to manifest itself exactly how you want it or exactly how you think it might, but it's going to happen. Look at this. We have Temperance and the Fortune card. And that's beautiful. Uplifting. There might be something coming. It's just taking a little longer than you expected. All right, we're going to stoke those flames. We're going to get them back. It's just taking a little longer. We need to find a few more logs, find a few more twigs, throw them back on the fire, bring it back up to that roaring warmth, right? It's going to happen. But it's just going to take a little longer than we thought. We're like, where's this giant campfire? Where's this huge bonfire we wanted to dance around? Well, we need to build up those resources first. We need to get all of those sticks, get all those logs, get it all together, put it together in the right organized way, where when we light the flames, it really is going to burst forward. When we put that ember into the bottom with all the kindling, we're really going to get it going. It's just going to take a little bit more time, but that's going to make that fire roar even stronger with the extra time we put in. Okay, group number 3. This has been your reading. If you enjoyed it, please leave a comment and let us know. And if you like these kinds of readings, definitely let us know because this is a little special one. I hope your fire keeps burning brightly, group number 3, and I'll see you later. Bye.